So let's harvest this old magazine. Well, I had 2 old magazines that I decided we would harvest on, and that's what we're going to work on today. Hi y'all, APTJ here. We're going to harvest these magazines because I want to do experiment. Well, it's a sort of experiment, okay? I've done the word transfer thing before and used packing tape, regular, I'm going to say Scotch tape, but not necessarily the Scotch tape brand of tape, I've done that. And I've also done clear contact paper to make transfers, with images or words. And I was thinking, why don't I try mono printing with those? Yeah, baby. So that's what I'm doing. I'm harvesting an old magazine. I don't know how old the magazine was, and I'm mostly looking for black letters, words, because in my head that's what's going to work the best. And with white background or a very light colored background, in my head, this is what I'm thinking. This is experiment. I will go ahead and tell you it didn't quite work out the way I planned, but it wasn't a complete fail either. So there we go. Cutting out words. And while I'm looking for words, I'm just going to harvest some of the pictures and whatnot that I like from the magazine. And yeah, it's really sped up because I don't know, I'm probably not supposed to be playing the whole video on the what you call it. My speaker just started humming, or my ear did. I don't know which. Oh, I hate it when that happens. Why does it do that? I don't know. Oh, dang it, because it's just so annoying on replay. Okay, anyway, I apologize for the humming, throat clearing, sneezing and snorting and whatnottage. Just thumbing through pictures, words. I'm mostly looking for words. I saw red words and I thought, well, let's try those red words. I have no idea. So this is just a piece of burring off paper, and I've got some packing tape there, and I'm trying to put it upside down so the sticky part is facing up, and tearing off some excess paper from the word phrase, and we're going to stick it on there, and we're going to put a second one on there because I'm thinking, really the whole piece of tape, because it's like 2 inches, 2.5 inches wide, and I'm going to brayer it down. This does not make that much of a difference, but I'm burning it down anyway. Oh, I computer printed onto copy paper some words and phrases as well. Now that's just a bowl of water, just regular cool tap water. We're going to set that one strip in there and leave it in there for a while we come back over here, and we're going to put some more words on the tape. I know, we've seen it before. Does it work? Yeah, it kind of works. It doesn't not work. So we keep going. As you can see, some of my words have white background, some have kind of a lighter color background. One of them over there's got like a tan brown fade kind of thingy. So excuse me, readjusting, clearing throat. You know the story, you know the drill. You can always turn your volume off. I don't play music unless it's a musical interlude, which we have not had in forever. So now that it's all nice and wet, we're going to rub the paper backing off from the word phrases with our finger. If that should happen to be too hard for you, you can use a washcloth or a wash rag or a towel that has a terry towel that has some texture to it. Now that was one of my computer generated phrases. My black ink, it's a regular inkjet, okay? Inkjet, yeah, and my inks do not bleed, okay, but I was disappointed in how light the words came out after pulling the paper off. So my guess is most of it absorbed into the paper, which is kind of what you want when you want it to be dark, but not when you're doing a transfer. So I mean, it worked. It's just, you know, the words are kind of light off of my inkjet printer. You need to make, if you're going to try this with an inkjet printer, or you're going to use your own inkjet printed images and whatnot in your artwork, check it and make sure it doesn't smear when it gets wet, okay? Because some inks, just the black will smear, and some brands of ink, just the red will smear, and some brands of ink, just the blue will smear. So you need to kind of know what your ink does if you have an inkjet printer. Laser printers, I don't think are do that at all. I'm not going to swear to it because I don't have a laser printer. I have gone and had stuff laser printed, but that was for other purposes. So now we're just putting on a mishmash of colors there. I did not write down the colors. I think they're a pale pink, a pale blue, a yellow, a pale green. Yeah, and we're using some paper that I get in the mail, you know, after, anyway, they're generic insurance, here's your rights and all this stuff from insurance company, medical insurance, blah, 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 blah. It doesn't matter. It's a nice paper, and actually when you print off the jelly plate with it, which is a registered trademark, the words will leave sort of an image on the plate. You can't make it out once you pull it back up, but it just leaves for an interesting texture in the background. Now that was a peel pack. It has peels in it. I don't know what the peels are. They're really old if it's in my texture making stuff, and there's no access to any children or anything like that. So don't be freaking out over it, okay, people? And the brick pattern was a strip of brick vinyl stuff I got from the miniature department of some craft store, and it was on clearance because y'all know I shop with my boyfriend Clarence, and I just cut it into, you know, smaller size pieces so I could use it for texture, and I like it. Anyway, we're just layering up. I was really trying to build up paint onto the jelly plate, but because I had conditioned it recently, you know, after studio had been shut down for a while, and then I cleaned my plates all up and conditioned them with baby oil trick, the paint chunks are not necessarily want to stick to it quite so well. Oh, and that thing that's got my name on it, hey PT Jamie, that's who y'all's watching, y'all. It is really like a Baron, but people online on all the YouTube videos that are making them are calling them Charlie tools. I don't know. And it's made, we did it on a live video a while back. It's you know, the glass candle jars that come with the lid. It's the lid off of one of them, and I printed out my thing, my logo thingy, and stuck it in, glued it inside, and then we put some thick furniture felt underneath it. And boy, I tell you, I liked how it worked. I liked how I used it. It worked. And so on and so forth. As you know, I have hand and or finger arm issues from time to time, and when I jelly plate, that really kind of like tries to kick it in. So I'm wearing my little sleeve thing over there, and then I thought, well, let's use this Baron Charlie whatever smash her outer thing. So that's what we did. And we were generally just using the same colors repeatedly and not necessarily in the same order on account of it's time to take a sip of coffee. And I thought, well, let's just go ahead and get a stencil because I'm tired of using just these mark makers. So we grabbed a stencil. And I think that one's from istencils. This is not a sponsored video, but I do have an affiliate link below. Should you be interested in going and checking out istencils.com. Anywho. See how clean my plate's coming off? You know, I didn't know you had to condition them. That one had never, this is my original 8x10. I've had it like 10, 12 years, something. I don't know. Something redonkulous. And, wow. I recommend conditioning your jelly plate with baby oil, y'all. This is a blow dryer. Blow dryer, y'all. It is set on cool. Did I mention that already? I don't know. I might have showed you that it was on cool. Do not heat your jelly plates. That will damage them. And they could even possibly catch on fire in the right circumstances. Just saying. I've never done it, but it could happen. Never use anything hot on your jelly plate. Your mono printing plate of any kind, whether it's a permanent mono plate, blow gun, blow dryer, something, or you made it yourself, okay? Clearing the throat, y'all. Anyway, trying that out. It doesn't take very long with that at all. What is going on with the frogs in my throat? So sorry. You're getting used to it by now. So here are our tape words, our words that we've already transferred and rubbed the paper off. Now you can see clearly wherever the paper was, the paint scraps, chunky bits did not stick to the tape. I was not expecting that. I was surprised by that. Okay? So it works, but it kind of doesn't really want to work where the paper was. Isn't that weird? Because I rubbed all the paper off and the tape was, because this tape will get back sticky, you know, once the water dries off of it, because you gotta let the water dry. No heat gun, y'all. And I thought that was interesting. But also, the words left in imprint on the plate, which I thought was interesting too. Now, once again, once you pull that up with another paint, you can't necessarily see the words, and they just make a additional texture in the background. But I thought that was interesting. I was disappointed that the paint did not stick where the word strip paper was. I was disappointed. I did not expect that. It was what my experiment was for. But we saved the day because we use them anyway, because it's like, yeah. Would I do it again? See, you can see the word advantage there. Would I do this again? Not necessarily. Okay? I wouldn't necessarily rule it out. It would depend on what kind of look or effect I was wanting to get, but it's an option, y'all. It's an option. Okay? Now, something else about using the tape is the packing tape is shiny, whereas some the contact paper you can get in a matte, so it's not going to be shiny. And I'm going to use the brand name Scotch tape. That comes in shiny or matte, either one. So the packing tape is shiny, and it's going to give you a shiny finish on your product. So you're going to have to play that in there too. Y'all should be taking notes. Okay? So here we're going to pull it up, because I'm like, I wonder if those words are going to pull up. They'll be backwards, but are they going to pull up? Waiting. Get my name set up so we can see who I am. Guess I forget. And no. Would it have worked if I'd had a clean piece of paper, a white piece of paper with nothing on there? Maybe. I don't know. I didn't try it. I'm not going to do it again right now. May never do it again. I mean, it's okay. It's all right. It's not like, the total worst thing I've ever done. And y'all have seen some of my failures. Send them out in Happy Meal or CardLottery anyway, because it's like, yeah, that's what you're getting. It's, not necessarily my most attractive work, but you're getting it. It's so good. So now we're using that little pill pack again, which is interesting, ovally kind of marks, and that is a piece of plastic from, I don't know, a salad spinner or some such. I don't know. I've had it a really long time. And then this is the brick, little brick vinyl thingy. So, yeah, we'll get to the actual project and where we use our little taped up words transferred. Hey, blow dryer, cool blow dryer, y'all. Cool blow dryer. Okay, there we go. Let's try. Okay, and we're going to use some gold paint, y'all. It's real gold paint. And to take a little extra paint off the plate, you go back over, you brayer off, and then you roll over it again. And it will remove a very, very thin layer of paint. So I kind of like that Charlie Barron. I don't know. I'm not even going to talk about it anymore. Maybe, probably. I don't know. So that's an interesting grungy look. So let's move on to our project using said transferred mono printed words. Okay. So I didn't like the look of the whole shiny piece on there. I'm okay with some shiny, but I'm not really a shiny glossy person. Okay. I don't know why. Just, I guess because I have issues with glare with my eyes. Glare really bothers me. Anyway, so I've decided, well, I'm just going to trim the words out that I want to use. Now, none of these words were specifically picked for the word. Okay, I picked them because I thought they were large enough and bold enough that it would work for the experiment. Okay, that's the reason. Then after I got all that done, now I'm tasked with making them work for something and somehow. So that's what we're doing. Now I took the mono printed paper, and these are ATCs, y'all. So the official size is 2.5 by 3.5, orientation of your choice. That's the official size. So that's the color of my white cardstock, is 2.5 by 3.5. Now my jelly print paper, I took that down. I dropped it by I measured it 2.25 by 3.25. Is that right? Yeah. So that is actually smaller than the card. That's on purpose, because that's, my head said that's what I wanted. So we've got all our words cut out. We've kind of got our cards lined up. And we're going to use glossy accents. I find that works pretty good with sticking down plastic stuff, including the plastic the acetate or the packaging plastic even. And so that's why I'm using that, and I am trying to empty out every little teeny tiny halfpenny worth of stuff out of that bottle. Okay? I've had it for 50 years. No, not really. I don't think the product's that old, y'all. I'm having allergy issues, but what's new? It's the South, it's humid, it's moldy, and it's humid. So, as some of you know, with my trading cards, and I sometimes do it for postcards too, and tags, you know, things sometimes get named, and I have been known to have a funny bone or two, whether they're made up funny bones or not. It doesn't matter. It makes me laugh, and we know that's the important part. Okay? So apparently I pretty much show you everyone. I don't know. Because they sell a card lottery. So we had a few to make. Made me one too. Oh, we're going to round the corners on the jelly print, okay? Because I thought I just want to. Okay, I don't have to explain everything, but I wanted to. Now we're going around with garden patina. Now I know I say it every time I use it. It's my favorite. I do just love it. So anyway, we did that. And now we're going to use the ATG, which is Advanced Tape Glider, also known as ATG gun. It's a double-sided tape, and it rolls out. And this particular one is permanent because you can get it in repositionable, I think it's what they're called. Well, some of the sticky edges out, so I'm just using that thing to rub it off. You can use your finger too. And then the flower's going to go there. These are die cuts. We die cut out of black cardstock when you weren't looking. And we're just going to use some art glitter glue because we are glue brands all over the place. So we're going to take our little acrylic block thing and just kind of weight it down. It didn't necessarily need it, but, you know, just weight it down a little bit. And then my tape gun started giving me hassles. I don't know. It's just sometimes they do that. So I fiddle with that off and on, and I end up cutting out that video because I end up having to fix it like 3 or 4 times. Enough times that I was like, I'm going to throw you across the room if you don't straighten that gun. So here we are, just using our art glitter glue on account of it's got the fine tip. It's a nice glue. And yeah. Okay. Go just cut that off. Now it's got to get some more glue because that glue will dry fairly quick, y'all. Just saying. Put some right there. Put it under the weight, lay the other one on top, and we just keep going and going. Okay, now we're almost done. Now on a couple of them I used the same flower because I made 7 cards and I only had like 4 different flowers, 5 different flowers, because that's what came in that clearance. It was a clearance die set from Hobby Lobby back in their 2021 clearance season. Okay. So there we go. We're just going to trim those little ends off. Oh, here's the one I almost forgot. I'm like, where did this one come from? This is the one I made for myself because, you know, I was greedy this time. Clears the throat. And we didn't round it, and we didn't ink it, so we have to do all that. La la la. Tape. 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 Only 24 hours left of the video. Stick it down. Get our... I don't know if that's a flower or more just like leaves. It could be some kind of flower. I don't know. All the rest of them are flowers, but that one could be, I don't know what that is. Maybe it's delphiniums. I don't know what they look like in silhouette. Anywho, so now we got it on there. Now we're going to glue our backs on, because I print my own artist trading card back, and we're gluing it on. And I title, before I glue on the back, I like to glue it on before I do too much 3D stuff on the top. So like if you're going to put diamonds and stuff on there, you need to wait. However, I chose not to put any diamonds on any of these. I know, it's a little weird, but it's true, no diamonds. All in all, when you look at these, you're going to think, well, that's a very simple, easy card. And my mind would say, yep, you're right. But when you go back and you look at the mono printing, okay, the word transfer stuff, okay, the die cutting, gotta lay it out, glued it all on there. Then you're like, well, I guess that wasn't quite so simple after all. Just saying. I got them right here in my hand because I'm going to read you the titles. I normally don't read the titles or tell you what the titles are, because sometimes the titles are like a punchline. Kind of makes everything kind of make sense, sort of. Oh, and now we are going around the whole outside. We got our backs on there. We're going around with the garden patina. And we're going to do the double inking technique on this. I love that. It may not show up that well on the video or even in the photos, but in real life, you're like, what's going on with that? Double inking. So here comes the black, and I'm trying to keep the black straight up on the edge now, okay, whereas the garden patina, I kind of rolled it over. So yeah, we'll get it done. Get ready, get ready. Do I do my ta-da hymns? No. Photo montage. Here we go. That's the whole bunch of them. First one. Never miss a good chance to shut up. Like I always say. Making stuff. Your voice makes a difference. A little love goes a long way. Enchanted Rhapsody. Something. IDK. Amp it up, baby. I appreciate each and every one of you. Thanks for watching. And happy arting, y'all. Gotta stop the voiceover, y'all.